The NBA offseason has been pure chaos with trades, signings, and surprises around every corner. Every team made a move, but which ones changed the game?
Castleton on the inside, misses. Castleton stays with it, doesn't go. Jakob got it.
Today, we're breaking down the biggest offseason moves for all 30 teams, from headline shockers to clever steals you might have missed. Let's jump in and see who won the summer. Starting things off in the Atlantic Division, the Boston Celtics made a move that had fans blinking twice. They traded away Jrue Holiday, one of their smartest and calmest players, for Anfernee Simons, a younger guard from Portland who can shoot, score, and probably outrun a cheetah if needed. Simons is still riding that $100 million contract he signed in 2022. With Jayson Tatum out recovering from Achilles surgery, Boston's counting on Simons to pick up the slack and be ready when Tatum comes back. That trade might have raised some eyebrows in Boston, but do you know what real shock looks like? What the Milwaukee Bucks did this offseason takes it to a whole new level. Just wait. I'll reveal that jaw-dropping move later in the video. The New York Knicks made their biggest move off the court. They hired Mike Brown as their new head coach. And yes, the man knows what he's doing. He's got championship rings from Golden State and once turned the Kings into winners, which should qualify as a magic trick. On the player side, they signed Jordan Clarkson for a year to help back up Jalen Brunson and brought in Guershon Yabusele. But really, it's Coach Brown's clipboard that matters most. Let's hope it comes with a beat Boston button. The Brooklyn Nets seem to still be recovering from their failure to build a championship team after the whole KD, Harden, and Kyrie situation. This offseason, they traded for Michael Porter Jr., a 6'10 shooter who shoots like he's playing Pop-A-Shot. He's still rocking that massive $179 million contract from Denver, which might explain why the Nets are now eating instant noodles for lunch. Now sure, MPJ's long frame helps him shoot over defenders, but he's streaky and not reliable in crunch time.
Nuggets with it. Michael Porter Jr. rocks the Cavs.
They also grabbed Terrence Mann in another deal, a solid player, but probably just a future trade piece with a $47 million contract over the next 3 years. So safe to say, expect Brooklyn to be in the lottery again next year. But just when you thought things were cooling down, let's head to Philly, where the 76ers made a move that could shape their future. The 76ers might have hit the jackpot in the draft, grabbing VJ Edgecombe, a 6'5 guard who jumps like he's got springs in his sneakers. Some folks already think he could end up the best player in the whole draft, which is great news for Philly fans still recovering from last season's heartbreak. They also brought back Justin Edwards on a 3-year deal and gave veteran helpers Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon 1-year deals because nothing says playoff push like two guys who remember dial-up internet. But let's be honest, it's all about Edgecombe and his future. The Raptors had a fairly quiet offseason, but they made sure their big man stayed put. Jakob Poeltl signed a 4-year extension worth $78 million. He's a great inside player who defends well and scores near the rim. The team also re-signed veteran Garrett Temple for 1 year and added Sandro Mamukelashvili on a 2-year deal. But the biggest thing they did was keeping Poeltl. He's steady, smart, and gives the Raptors the size they need every game. First up, the Cleveland Cavaliers. With Darius Garland potentially missing some time, the Cavaliers made a risky but hopeful trade. They got Lonzo Ball from the Chicago Bulls. Ball missed over 1,000 days due to a knee injury but returned last season and showed he can still pass, defend, and shoot.
And then in March of 23, the cartilage transplant. Here he is for 3.
The Cavs traded Isaac Okoro for him and gave Ball a 2-year, $20 million contract extension. Losing Ty Jerome hurt their bench, but the chance to bring in Lonzo and help him grow again was too good to pass up. If he stays healthy, he could be a game changer. Let's see how Lonzo's old team is operating without him. The Bulls didn't do a ton this offseason, but they made the trade for Isaac Okoro from the Cavaliers. The Bulls are loaded at guard and needed a strong wing to come in. Okoro is just the wing player they need. He's known for playing great defense and hitting threes. Okoro has 2 years left on his contract, which pays him $38 million. He didn't get many minutes in the playoffs, but he's still just 24 and could take a step forward. Chicago also re-signed Trey Jones for 3 years, but trading for Okoro was their key move. He fits right in with what the Bulls need. Think the Bulls were quiet? Well, the Pistons turned up the volume fast. The Pistons made a splash by signing Caris LeVert to a 2-year, $29 million contract. LeVert is a guard who can score fast off the bench. He's played 9 seasons in the NBA and most recently played with the Hawks, where he averaged nearly 15 points a game. After losing players like Tim Hardaway Jr., Dennis Schroeder, and Simone Fontecchio, Detroit made a sign-and-trade to bring in Duncan Robinson, a 3-point shooter from the Heat. But adding LeVert gives them someone who can take over a game when needed. One of the biggest headlines of the summer was when the Bucks decided to waive superstar point guard Damian Lillard. Lillard was going to miss all of next season with an Achilles tear and decided that instead of waiting for him to return, let's just get rid of him. To counter Lillard's exit, their biggest move was signing Miles Turner, a top defender who can also shoot threes.
They've scored 6 straight. Here's Turner for an 8-3, a career high.
He agreed to a 4-year, $109 million deal to leave the Pacers and team up with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Turner protects the paint and spreads the floor, making him the perfect partner for Giannis. The Bucks made other signings, including Gary Trent Jr., Gary Harris, Cole Anthony, and Jericho Sims, plus returning players like Bobby Portis and Kevin Porter Jr. But the move that stood out was Turner. He fills the spot left by Brook Lopez. Indiana lost a big piece when Miles Turner left for Milwaukee, but they acted fast and re-signed Isaiah Jackson and James Wiseman to keep their frontcourt strong. To further help inside, they traded 2 second-round picks to Memphis for Jay Huff. Huff is younger and showed real promise last season, making threes and blocking shots in limited minutes.
G.G. Jackson, Huff, stop.
Huff's arrival might not seem huge now, but with his shooting and rim protection, he could help Indiana stay strong inside without Turner. So there you have it, the biggest offseason move for your favorite NBA teams. Some teams took bold swings that might just change everything, while others, well, let's just say they'll be explaining those choices for a while. Now it's your turn. Which team do you think made the best move this offseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more NBA breakdowns just like this